One of the best things about Google Drive is it allows me to store any type of file, and with the school environment I have unlimited storage, so I can put as many files, pictures, videos, whatever, up into Drive that I want. To get started, one of the things I want you to notice is that this should tell you over here where you're at. So for those of you that are using your personal accounts, this will give you a running total. Notice I haven't used very much in my Beyond the Chalk drive, so it's not indicating that I have really used much storage at all. So to upload folders and files, what we do is we can come over here to our New button, and notice I hit several choices. My first three allow me to either create a new folder or to do a file upload and or folder upload. So let's do all of those in order. So in order to do that, I'm going to get back to my Drive. So I'm at the very top of my Drive folder. I know that because I can see that that's represented here. And notice I can also get to a new folder from this piece as well. So we're going to come over here, we're going to go folder, and let's call this Google Class. And I'm going to create that folder. Now notice that's going to show up here under Google Class. I'm going to right click, change the color so I can recognize that a little bit easily. And so now I have this folder in place. And notice it's being sorted by A through Z because I've got that set up in my sort options here. Now to get to this folder, I'm just going to double click on it, and again notice that it goes to here. Now the next step is to upload a file. So let's click on File Upload. Now before we do that, I'm going to hit cancel here. What I want you to notice is that wherever you are in your Drive is where that file is going to be placed. So if I click here on my Drive and I do a file upload, that's going to go right into to the root of my Drive. However, if I click on Google Class, that's going to go into my Google Class folder, which is under Drive. Now notice I can do this a couple ways. I can actually go up here to say File and Upload, and that's going to give me that option to do that. Or if I want to, I can just simply come over here and click on an icon and drop that in, and that's going to upload that. This happens to be the Google logo. So if I click on that, because I have preview set up right here, I simply have to click on my preview mode, and that's what it looks like when I click on the preview mode for this icon. So again, this is just an image. I can continue to do that. So if I have another icon that I want, I can bring that over again. I can drop that in. This is another image. If I want to throw in a different icon or a different type of file, I can certainly just come over and click on one of those and bring that in. Now, if I want to do that a different way, all I simply have to do is come over here to the New, click on File and Upload. Now that's going to bring in just a listing of all the files that I have in my computer here. So I can scroll through and I can look at these different pieces here, and you notice it's going to give me a preview of each one of these pieces. And so I might just kind of come into my Documents folder here, look for a document. Now this one is a DOC file, so that's a Word file. I'm going to click on Open that, and that's going to bring that in as a Word file. And I know it's a Word file because of the icon represented there. Now, here's one of the great things about Google Drive. Right now, it is not set up to convert these files. And notice it keeps it preview, or it keeps that formatting. So if I go to preview here, you notice that it's going to be in the Word formatting structure. I'm going to come back over to my settings cog here, and we looked at this already once, but if I go to settings now, this first item allows me to convert uploaded files to Google Docs editor format. So if I click on that and I click Done, and I come back to File, Upload, and I go to that same document, watch what happens when I do that. It's going to take and it's going to convert that into a Google Doc. You notice the differences in the icons here. And when I click on this, it will take me into a Google Doc. And again, the power of doing that is that I now have the ability to collaborate on that document with many different people all at one time. This document just preserves that Word formatting, so I don't have the ability to collaborate unless I convert it. So it's a very powerful way of doing that. So if we go down one more to a folder upload, I just want to show you this as well. Again, now keep in mind, you need to decide whether you want to convert your documents or not. In this case, I'm actually going to turn that off because I'm going to use this as a backup folder. So in case my hard drive on my computer crashes, I can throw everything into my backup folder. So I'm going to come out here to File, and I'm going to do a folder upload, which means that I can upload an entire folder all at one time. So if I come back to my desktop here, I might try to find a folder here. There's some PDF files there. So I'm going to click on that. It's not going to convert anything. I'm going to click on upload. And so what it will do is it will just churn through those pieces there. It's not going to take very long because there's not many files. But notice that now in my drive and my backup, it's taken and it's created its own folder called CheckSlab because I uploaded that folder, not just an individual file. And very shortly it's going to convert all those. And once it does, I'll be able to double click on this CheckSlab and I'll be able to see all those files in there that now I have access to from anywhere. I don't have to be on this particular computer now. I can be anywhere in the world as long as I have internet connectivity and I can access these files. So taking and using Google Drive to store your files, very valuable and a powerful way of accessing your data from anywhere. Let's look at one more thing. I'm going to come back to the Google class here, and you notice I've uploaded this file right here, and let's say that it's uploaded, it's into Drive, but I want to work on it and convert it. So remember, if I take and I preview this, it looks like this, so I can't really edit this. It's just showing me that this is what the document looks like. But you notice up on top up here, I can open with Google Docs. Now if I had several docs, you'll notice that there's a couple docs here or a couple apps that I can use. But if I click on Google Docs, what it does is it now goes through that conversion process and it's going to allow me to come in and now I can edit this document because it is now a Google document format. So if I close this document now and I come back into Drive, you notice I have two documents now that have been converted. So this is the original, so it keeps an original copy and it converts a copy into a version that I can edit. So Google Drive, again, very powerful and allows you lots of functionality in terms of converting documents and editing them within the Drive environment. There's another aspect of Google Drive that some don't realize, so I want to take just a couple minutes and go over that. So I've got some images and I have some docs in there, but what else can I do inside of Google Drive? What else can I store? So I'm going to start by just taking a video that I have. I'm just going to drag it from my desktop onto my computer. That's going to throw a video in here. Those of you that struggle with having YouTube videos play in your school, all you have to do is load a video into your Drive, and then from your Drive environment you can actually play a video. So it's very powerful that way. I can also take all kinds of files. So for example, I have some KMZ files from Google Earth. I can throw those in there. I can throw any format I want to inside the Google Drive. Now, I may not be able to open them within Google Drive, but I will be able to store them and be able to then download those to my computer and find a program that's going to run those. So just remember that it's not just about documents or spreadsheets or images, it's about any type of file that I can store within my Drive. Notice because that video is 34 megs, it's taking a little bit of time, so you should keep that in mind. I've talked to some teachers that have said, you know what, I'm going to back up my entire documents folder. So one of the recommendations I might make for that is that maybe at the end of school, right before you go home, you maybe set that to run so that when you come back in the morning, it's all done and set up. And by the way, I can upload folders that have folders embedded within them. So if I wanted to upload my entire documents folder, I could do that, and that would upload not only the documents folder, but any folder within there, and also any files within that. Just to show you how that video then plays, I'm going to take it, I'm going to click on that. Oh, it's not yet processed, so I have to process that. Once it's processed, I'll be able to actually open that video and you'll be able to watch that right inside Drive. So again, very powerful way of using Google Drive and storing all types of files.